Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Buff Potato. I'm Bongile, and I'll be your only presenter today because Nino's busy watching movies back there. And today we'll be talking about the movie Bridge of Spies. Bridge of Spies is a war movie about a Soviet Union spy being captured in America, sentenced in America, and basically sentenced to death for what he might know and what he might do that could affect the American Constitution, and them assigning a New York insurance settlement lawyer to defend him. Now this lawyer decides to do things by the book, give this guy a fair trial, and kind of designs a new settlement whereby they can use the Russian spy as a bargaining chip if the Russian soldiers or the Soviet Union might capture an American, and they can get him back through the Russian spy. The Bridge of Spies is directed by Steven Spielberg and written by the Coen brothers, which I thought was very interesting because we're looking at two different very heavy personalities in Hollywood. And while I was watching the movie, I kind of felt that Coen brothers influence in it, that kind of genre blendingness of it, Even in serious conversations of this movie, there was that little comedy that the Coen brothers add in it, but there was also that seriousness that Steven Spielberg has. So I think it was well written and well directed. I mean, we're talking about two powerhouses working together in this film. We have the main star of the movie, Tom Hanks, who plays James Donovan, the Italian insurance settlement lawyer. And then there's a person who's defending Rudolph Abo, who's being played by Mark Rylance in this movie. There's also Tom Hanks' wife here, Amy Ryan, who won an Oscar for Gone Baby Gone, which was a brilliant movie. And over here, she plays a smaller role, but I like to mention her because she's one of my favorite actresses. And there's also the guy who gets captured by the Soviet Union. That's Austin Stowell. He's playing Gary Powers here. Not really a fan of Austin Stowell. I've seen him in a couple of things, but yeah, he's really good in this movie. This movie, personally, for me, was actually, pretty good because there was basically two stories happening here. There was a court case for the Russian-Soviet spy, and then there was the bridge exchange. And Steven Spielberg kind of had the court case. He owned it. That was a lot of Steven Spielberg-esque, and there was the Steven Spielberg feel about that court case. And when they got to Berlin to do the exchange, before no Coen brotherly, I don't feel like they wrote more than they directed this film. And it was very interesting for me personally. I thought it was two different films, two different stories blended together to make a pretty decent film. Every movie has its flaw, and in this movie, it's a very specific flaw. And some people might not agree with me on this because of how well it was directed and written, but my biggest flaw in this movie is that it lacked violence. And I understand it's a Disney movie, so it has to abide by certain policies. But in this movie, there were moments of pure grip, moments where you felt like something is going to happen. And because it's a spy war movie, these things are kind of expected. And I'm not saying they should have like a whole lot of violence and there's a whole lot of gunshots, but there are moments here. And you will see this when you watch a movie where you feel like something is going to happen. But because it's a Disney movie, it's like, but they're all going to be alright at the end of the day. And they're all going to shake hands and it's going to be kind of a war movie, Saving Private Ryan, kind of, it was really nice to meet you. And, so that was my biggest flaw in the movie. Now we've reached Nino's favorite part of the movie, and it's kind of my favorite part in every reviews, when you rate these movies, when we give our personal perspective of how we thought about these movies. And personally for me, because of the good writing, because of the good direction, because it felt like a Steven Spielberg classic, I will give this movie 8.2 out of 10. That's my personal rating. Some people might disagree. Some people might not have liked the lack of action and all that, but I enjoyed the dialogue in this movie. I enjoyed Tom Hanks. He killed it. And basically, the Coen brothers, I'm a huge fan. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Buff Potato. I've been a Bongile and I've been alone today, but Nino will join me for the next review, I'm sure of it. Catch his solo review too. And if you want to talk to us about Bridge of Spies, if you want to talk about your favorite moments, or hey, if you just want to talk movies, comment down below, let us know how you think. We'll get back to you any way possible and we'll talk. We'll start a conversation like we like doing. This is Buff Potato, I'm a Bongile, and I'll see you later.